Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here with more iRacing, this time round once again in the VRS GT3 series for the final race of, the final VRS GT3 race of 2022 Season 4. Of course, next week we'll be jumping into week 13, so probably won't be doing anything super serious on iRacing, but fingers crossed we can finish the year with a bang here at the Red Bull Ring once more in the BMW M4.
You've just done a 130.04. The guy ahead's lap time is a 130.00. Leader's just done a 129.29. The guy behind has just done a 130.05.
Final corner then. This is going to be down into the 129, so quite happy with that. Going to go up into provisional P4 at the moment there, so not too far away from some very decent times. It always amazes me when I come back to the Red Bull Ring on iRacing just how lenient the track limits are in most places around this circuit. And yes, I know by saying that, I'm definitely going to pick up plenty of instant points now. Right, well, looks like P3 hasn't gridded for this one then, so we might be instantly given a freebie, although Yannick in the number 5 car looking very feisty. Love the sound of that Lambo still. It just never gets boring on the sim. I need to drive that Lambo again. I did do one season in it, and it was absolutely psychotic. It was brilliant fun all at the same time. But 40 minutes then worth of racing just about to get underway. I think the leader's already gone for it, so we have absolutely been caught napping as we'll swoop around the outside of the Porsche through the final corner. And yep, there we go. Green flag racing
green.
Here from Red Bull Ring, Austria. Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens then in these early laps. Of course, the slipstream, very important around a track like this. But yeah, it's just about trying to make sure you stay in the slipstream of the cars in front. There's the top 4 of us have already potentially been able to get a little bit of a breakaway. I mean, that Lambo just looks tiny in comparison to the BMWs. He's going to think about a move though up the inside at the top of the hill. So we're just going to run a little bit deep there. Might allow us to get nicely on the exits. Lambo a little bit all over the road at the start of this one. So clearly just trying to settle himself in. Potentially racing up towards the front. He's going to sit defensive in towards the next braking zone and then just cover me off.
Okay, let's get stuck in
a little bit. So let's see if we can try and get a run off the corner. Then Lambo really not able to pick up the throttle very well. We're going to have a look to the outside as we head down here.
Still
really?
Clear left.
Really? I mean, come on, mate. We were quite clearly there. You didn't have to go that aggressive. To be honest, I'm actually surprised that was a 0x. Thought that was going to be a 4x immediately there. Maybe it was netcode. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now, but that seemed a little bit excessive there. I was on the outside. I was going to back out of it anyway, but it didn't feel like necessarily a squeeze like that on lap 1. It's quite what either of us need there, as that is very out of line through the final corner. That's going to give him a little bit of breathing room then, as Benjamin does lead the way still at the end of lap 1 in his Audi. Yeah, Jose P2 still ahead of Yannick and myself. So we just head through the first corner. We've got a Porsche that's trying to stay close there as Philip in P6. Dropping back already just a little bit, as the Lambo really does settle nicely through turn 1. But might just struggle a bit around some of the other parts of the lap. I think we just got to try and settle down, get into a rhythm. Going to be, what, about 26 lap race tonight, just as an estimate. Got to be so careful at the top of the hill there. Yeah, reckons 26 laps ahead of us, though, this evening. So, you know what? We'll wait and see what happens. I desperately need to keep the instant count low, though. See most of these guys up on their A license. I need to try and, at the very least, hang on to my B license. So, yeah, this week on iRacing is probably going to be even more risk-off than normal. But we'll settle down, we'll see what we can do, and we will just try and get stuck in within reason. And as soon as I say that, first instant point of the day. Absolutely lovely. Just what you'd expect me to do. I did say after qualifying that's what would happen.
It is now.
There we go.
0 seconds.
Lambo just getting a little bit more spicy. As we're all just steadily improving and settling into it. So that's pretty much what I did in qualifying, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that Lambo is getting feisty already, and then the hunt for P2. We're pulling away. Looks like, oh, whoever was behind us, can't remember his name now off the top of my head, has dropped back. There's a big old gap now back to Philip, who's up to P5. But yeah, we're really just trying to hang on to the top 3 at the moment. There looks like Ben is just inching away slightly as Yannick tries to fill Jose's mirrors. But, I mean, yeah, we've just kind of got to sit, be patient, and just try and settle in a bit more still. Here we go. Lambo again having a look to the inside, but again, thinks better of it. I'm very much expecting him to kind of force Jose into a bit of a mistake on the brakes and then kind of trip over each other, to be honest. I don't think the way Yannick's doing it is particularly effective for himself either, just as a casual bystander to all this. Is all you can see there, big moves in the braking zone. He's just moving all over the place. This is the problem. I mean, he is the car on the attack, so he is allowed to move around. Of course, if he's still behind him, he can move around wherever he likes, but it just kind of feels like, whoa! What on earth? I've never seen that. Leader's just binned it down the straight by himself. No idea what's gone on there, but this is going to now mean we've got a 3-car battle on our hands. As what on earth's happened to Benjamin then? I mean, these two are doing touring car moves there, and Lambo tries to send it in towards the next couple of turns. I'll be going to be able to have a look up the inside. Lambo again. I mean, we're just sitting back. I'm sitting back out of this one, as unfortunately so does the other BMW immediately afterwards. We cannot afford to let Yannick get away. But, yeah, all a bit strange going on then. Still very, very early on in this race, and the last thing I want to do is pick up a 4X or anything like that. But, yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm just not quite trusting Yannick's driving style at the moment, as Jose and I, will still both be in the slipstream. Big gaps forming already, though, very, very early on in this race. So I just don't want to run into the back of Benjamin. Sorry, Jose again. I don't know why I keep calling him Benjamin. Benjamin's now gone. So, yeah, clearly some big issue for him. But I wonder if we need to try and have a look past Jose as we head up the hill quite soon, because it doesn't quite seem to have pace. I'll accidentally do it up the inside there. Big send. That wasn't actually my intention at that moment. I know I said I was going to look at it, but at that point he just broke a little bit earlier than I was expecting. So we kind of had to send it to the inside. Is he now going to go defensive? We're again going to show the nose, but that time around to get it slowed down. That's what I want to see from him. A little bit more fight into the corners there, and I think now we can again just sit back early on still and just kind of let him see what he can do against Yannick. Oh, that is so stupid.
Keep it within the track limits.
How do I pick a 1X up there? Just ran slightly wide on the way up the hill. I've gained nothing from that. In fact, I've already lost time. I have the wheels on the curbing rather than 2 over and 2 inside track limits still. But it's so frustrating there as Lambo's still just trying to hang on in front of Jose. I mean, we've all kind of just got very, very different driving styles, I think, as well, which is making things quite interesting. That's a 1X. Didn't realise I was over there. We've really got to try and rein it back in then, apparently. This 3X already is not quite where I want to be. Oh, that's going to be another one. 3X in a single lap. What on earth am I doing? Focus map. We're only 12 minutes in. We've got near enough half hour to go still of this race. I'll keep it clean and tidy. As, yeah, Austria kind of just lulls you in to explore a bit more. As how come you can go two wheels way over the curbing through the final couple of turns, but around half the lap, absolutely not. Is the Lambo now very, very close to a 1 second lead. Oh, just again picking up a 1x through there. Trying to get the car too far over on the way in, and he's really costing me. Don't want to make that mistake any more times today, but I mean, yeah, all three of us last time round set lap times within a tenth of each other, so we are very, very evenly paced. Of course, Yannick's got the clear air, but the slipstream, of course, it really does balance itself out quite nicely in GT3 cars. But yeah, it's two BMWs chasing down that V10 Lambo. And, I mean, it's certainly far from over at the moment. As you can see, that time around they both go slightly quicker than me, but we're still hanging in there. This guy behind me pretty much setting identical times as well, but he's still 4 seconds back, is Philip. As there we go, Yannick now might just be opening up a 1 second gap. He's really pushing for it. And we've got to try and keep him honest. That's not what we need. Getting close to half distance. We've now dipped out of the 1 second zone very briefly. But yeah, Yannick and Jose still doesn't seem like they're going to battle anytime soon. Yannick definitely seems to just have a tiny bit more pace. That's a 1x! Oh, it does frustrate me sometimes. Just little bits and pieces like that. Just, if it was the white line everywhere, I'd be okay with it. But the fact that some corners around here you can push to beyond belief, and then others you just can't. And of course you absolutely have to go for it. As now it looks like Yannick, yeah, through this middle sector, that Lamborghini absolutely hunkers down and just pulls through. It's opened up. A tidy little lead now, but we need to try and keep Jose under pressure in the battle of the BMWs through the final quarter. We've still got plenty of cars disconnected and having issues. I mean, there's 15 seconds back, separating the top 6. We're halfway there then. I reckon we've got like 10 minutes left worth of fuel. And yeah, now we've really seen Yannick just open up that Lambo a little bit more and open up the gap there, as Jose and I both admittedly made a couple of little mistakes as well, which certainly hasn't done us any favours. But, you know, maybe the Lambo's a little bit more heavy on its fuel. You know, it's probably quite thirsty with that V10 strapped to the back of it, but we've just got to try now and see if we can force errors out of Jose. Like I said, he has started slipping up a little bit more. So there we go, 10 minutes of fuel remaining. So we're only going to need about 5 gallons to see us through to the end there. So maybe we can try and gain a bit of time back on on Yannick even through the pit stop window. You can just see now that was close to a 1x. Going to want to be picking up those if we can avoid it, but yeah, we're definitely feeling a bit more comfortable at the moment over Jose in front of us. Are we going to potentially be able to get a run up the hill? Let's try and get close in towards 1. Oh, that's so frustrating. Another 1x because I can't see where the curbing is. But again, we're just not going to be able to get the run up the hill. I mean, this works out beautifully for Yannick. If we start duking it out a lot more, he might just be able to gain another couple of seconds there. So even if that Lambo is quite thirsty, you know, he might be able to push himself away and into some safety at the moment. But yeah, the BMW definitely still very, very solid at the top of the hill there. Consistently, we're taking a good couple of tenths out of Yannick up the road. So there's definitely strengths and weaknesses to both these cars around this circuit. But yeah, he just seems to be able to, of course, rear engine, or mid-engine technically, but of course the engine towards the back of that Lambo really is able to fire it into a lot of these corners through the middle sector. We obviously just don't need the weight over the front. I mean, we're doing pretty well. See there, somehow almost getting to the outside. Not quite what I was expecting to do, but now we might be able to get a good run in towards the final couple of turns then, which we are going to do. To the outside of Jose in towards the final couple of corners. Can we try and just throw him off the line slightly? Words or quite on the way in, but might be able to get a good run off the final corner. Oh, we actually get a 0x there as I tried to pull out from behind him. And we are going to be side by side back in towards turn 1. Just give him room. He's just going to back out of it there. We've got to park on the apex to make sure he can't get the run off the corner. And there we go, up into P2 then of the race, but might still be able to get a bit of a run up the hill. We only lost about a second to Yannick. in all of the proceedings there as well, so not too shabby. We'll take that, because now let's see if we can just try and pull away, or will the typical post-overtake bottles start to come in. Just going to try and tweak that fuel down as well. We'll go 5 gallons, that should safely see us through to the end. This battle isn't over. Here comes Jose as we head up the hill. He's gaining, gaining, gaining. Is he going to be able to have a look? I think he's just going to sit there again. Just a little bit of front right locking. So we'll try and get the car rotated into the apex. But yeah, Yannick's made a couple of little mistakes which have pretty much brought the gap back down. I can only hope that that Lambo chews through its tyres like it used to back in the day. It's the BMW a very, very balanced car, but yeah, we can kind of hope, but really all we can do at the moment is just push on. There we go, a little bit of a mistake there from Jose. Just got to try and push on and see if we can try and force something out of Yannick
15 minutes
towards
left.
the final third of this race or so. 2 laps of fuel left in the car, still some battling going on behind, but Yannick is just opening it up now. Almost set a new fast lap of the day last time round, and I'm definitely not quite there at the moment in this thing. We're sort of, I was to be honest really happy that we were able to get back into the 29s, and he just sets a 29.4 like it's nothing out of the ordinary. So that Lambo, yeah, is really planted nicely at the moment, and Yannick's really able to extract a lot from it.
The lead car's pitting.
There we go, Yannick into the pits. We've got 1 more lap's worth in it. So we are going to re-emerge then. And for the first time today, we are going to lead.
Coming to the pits at the end
It's
of
only
this
going to be
lap.
for the 1 lap, but leading 1 lap is
lead.
leading 1 lap, as he's a little bit brave through turn 1. Full send there, but Jose, yeah, just started to drop back ever so slightly. Still just a couple of small mistakes creeping in here and there, but yeah, just over 10 minutes to go then of this race. Might just be a case of bring it home, pick up the iRacing, and hopefully some SR. Not going to be much SR, even if we keep it completely clean from here. Austria, Spielberg. It's a difficult little track for that. I've very quickly come to learn today, and I did completely jinx myself in qualifying by saying that. I knew I would. Of course, on low fuel, everything like that on fresh grippy tyres is very kind of not easy necessarily, but I think where I've done obviously a lot of racing around this venue on a lot of different games, you know, you can quite easily sort of work it out, get it planted where you need it, everything like that. But yeah, in race trim, you know, you just make a couple of little mistakes. We know what the BMW can be like for understeer as well. How careful into the pit lane am I going to need to be? That's the next real question. Try and, there we go. Just try and navigate our way in.
Lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
Just get it slowed down. There we go. Definitely lost a little bit of time there on pit entry. Was not as brave as Jose behind us, but luckily we're right at the end of the pit lane by the looks of it. Oh no, we're a bit further. There we go. So it is just going to be a splash and dash worth of fuel to see us through to the end of this one. And fingers crossed we haven't got less fuel in than Jose, which it doesn't look like we have. In fact, it looks like we've actually got a bit of a jump on him.
Push, push, push.
There goes Yannick out through turn 1 as well, so careful. We got a 0x, we did door it on pit exit there, but yeah, we've definitely put a little less fuel in. What? Oh no, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. We just nicked the pit exit line. And we've picked up a 26 second stop and go for that. Where is that going to drop us down to in this race? Cannot believe that. I mean, we may as well stay out here for at least... no, we may as well just get on with it. Then we've got laps to chase cars down. I cannot believe that. How long has it been since I've done that on iRacing?
3.6 seconds.
I mean, is it literally just one wheel over? Yeah, it's got to be one wheel over the line on pit exit, hasn't it? Oh, that is so gutting. I mean, that's probably going to cost us close to a minute.
Yellow flag, caution.
Slow car, someone else having issues. There's a Porsche just having a picnic. But, yeah, I mean, where are we going to re-emerge then with that one? I mean, where everyone else has gone, to be honest, at the moment. It's getting a little bit weird and wonderful then. keep it between the white lines this time round as we head back into the pit lane.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Should we get it slowed down that time round? Very, very aggressive on pit entry, but yeah, we just got to serve this penalty, get on with it then in these final few laps. That's the podium completely gone out the window, but I don't want it to do any of the fuel stuff though, do I? Don't fuel, don't put tyres on. Oh, I wish I'd set that up beforehand. Right, now we're going to serve the penalty. I don't know, 42 seconds of optionals as well. Just for Door in it is quite a surprise, but where are we going to re-emerge then in this race? That's the other important thing. It's going to be around about 10th, so any hope of iRacing as well has now well and truly gone, but maybe we can try and jump a few cars in these final few laps. First gear, rev the absolute nuts off this car once more, and let's go for it. Then we are going to be way down the order.
Is now in the lead as traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors.
Way down the order then as we head back out of the pit lane. Keep it clean and tidy this time round. It's P14 on pit exit there, or P13 even, I think. So yeah, now it's just a question of can we try and recover a little bit of iRacing in these final few laps. That is heartbreaking. Right, well, less than 5 minutes to go then of this race. We're trying to hunt back down Tristan.
1:26. You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Definitely got enough fuel to see us through to the end, but yeah, just trying to push on, see if we can close up this gap. To be honest, Finn behind us is looking very, very fast. As if we were to finish here, we'd lose just one iRating, so a bit better than honestly I thought it would be, but would love to try and get back to positive, just to give ourselves something to show from this race. Yellow flag's out, someone's got issues. Oh!
Lap times are pretty consistent. Push now.
Jose, so no idea what's happened to him, but both of us then clearly having issues late on in the day. Hopefully Miss Stanford's going to let me by as we head up the hill, but what on earth has gone on there? Things still getting a bit crazy towards the end of this one. We've got, I think, 2 more laps after this one. And yeah, I mean, now we're only 2 seconds behind Tristan. Might just be able to get to him before the end of this.
That's 2.
There we go, we are back up into positive iRating territory, but still, you know, if there's a chance to gain another place, we're absolutely going to try and go for it. With just 2 laps to go. Yannick about to start his final lap here, and what has ended up being quite a dominant display from the Lamborghini. But yeah, no idea what happened to Jose, but both of us running into issues later on in the afternoon means Yannick's got about a 20-second lead as he starts on his final lap. But yeah, we've just got to try and keep it clean, get as close to this Ferrari as we possibly can. There, the gap now floating at about 1 second. You have a penalty for speed in pit. No, I did not. But thanks for the kind words, Jose. Message him afterwards when we're done, because I am intrigued to see what happened to him as well. But heading through the final few corners though, penultimate lap, we are now within inside not the DRS, sorry, that's Formula 1 talk coming in, the slipstream. I have a penalty, I crossed the white line. Oh, so we did exactly the same thing then. Exactly the same. As 1 more lap to go then, we got car going slowly. So there we go, this is now going to be a battle for the top 10 then. Onto the final lap of this race, but are we going to get close enough to that Ferrari car in front of us? Let's just wait and see though. He's not opening up the circuit like I'm trying to on this final lap. I mean, we're just trying to take big risk at the moment, as we are actually going to get quite a good run as we head up the hill. Not going to quite be close enough, but certainly potentially within range to line ourselves for a move down in towards turn 4. Let's wait and see as we get up towards the top of the hill. So let's see there, Jose still, bless him. Yeah, I mean, it was a good battle with Jose, to be fair, lots of racing respect, but we've got bigger things on our mind in this exact moment, as can we try and work away around Tristan through the final few corners here. Did not get the run at the top of the hill that we needed, but we're still just going to keep trying to throw this car around the circuit. Fair play, Yannick. Dominant display when all is said and done, but this battle's not over at the moment, as in towards the final sector of this Spielberg circuit. Ferrari going defensive. I don't really know why, because that might allow us to get a run in towards the final couple of turns there. He's going to sit on the inside, and we're going to absolutely let him do that. Might be a case trying to get a run at the final corner on him, as he's sitting so defensive. And we'll go round the outside through...
Right side's clear.
through the penultimate corner, and I think he tried to turn me. Gotta get rid of that slowdown as well quickly, but a messy end to what has been a very, very messy race here. Definitely want to check that one out on the replay quickly, but we do make it to P10 in the end, and yeah, mixed emotions after that. Let's go quickly see then what he tried through those final couple of corners, because like I said, I feel like he tried to turn me when he realised I got around the outside. Other than that, or just drifted out. I mean, he was so far defensive anyway. If he did make it around the outside. Seems a bit suspicious. Let's have a look from, you know, let's just have a quick look then from his steering. Let's just slow this down. See there, we get round the outside. Apologies for all the juddering. Opens it up. Oh, we did. Yeah, no, we met in the middle there, I think was the problem on that one. Of course, I've got to go somewhere through the final couple of corners, but yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing way to end there. You see, we got so much extra speed around the outside. And yeah, kind of just met in the middle. I think he was trying to tuck into the slipstream, to be honest. But yeah, let's go have a look at those final race results, though, from an interesting affair from Spielberg. Well, let's have a look then at those final race results from a very, very mixed up Austrian GT3 race there. Yannick did take the win, 22 seconds clear of I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name if I even try to pronounce it there, but where did he start? Sorry, it was grid P18 there, so fantastic recovery from him. Osmar in P3, ahead of Philip there in 4th, ahead of Matt. We did come through for P10 in the end, minus 0.0 SR, but 22 iRating gained is not the end of the world, so you know what, we will take it when all is said and done. Thank you all so much for watching this video though as well. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we will return very, very soon with more iRacing.